Okay, guys, we are back and we are gonna be doing the round two for our Dragon's Maze, Gatecrash, Return to Ravnica block draft. It's a kind of long name, so let's just refer to it as a RTR block draft. It's a 4-3-2-2, and we have just drafted our Bant deck. So it's Celestia, Azurius, and a couple more. Okay, we have a choice here. We are going second and we have all our mana set up already. We have a turn 2 play, a turn 3 play possibly. But I'm thinking if we still need to mulligan. To be very honest, I don't think so because unless we draw another land, which is really awful. But we have a couple of draw steps here to see what we have in store for us. The only important question there is we were able to establish our mana here, which really takes us out of being mana screwed, right? Let's just hope we're not getting flooded later on. Let's keep this hand. Because in this format, having to draw the mana that you need is really, really important. It could go a long way. The reason being I kept it is because of the mana, of course. Our opponent mulligan to 6, I think. Let's see. It's a white opponent, probably a Boros or an Orsov. Eyes in the Skies, not too bad to draw. Okay, it looks like a Boros deck here. So we are expecting some really early aggression. Let's play our card, Disciple. Um, he might go for the trade here, but I'm not. So it's a Boros Orsov setup. Now the question here is, do we want to trade? He might have a trick, and we are not gonna have a turn 2 play, turn 3 play later, at least not guaranteed at the moment. Mm, let's see here. I think I'm just gonna trade. We can do a Nice in the Skies and then equip it with the Unflinching Courage. Or at our turn 3, we can do an Unflinching Courage on this guy, provided that he summons something else apart from this Wojek Halberdiers. But um, not really sure what needs to be done here. Yeah, probably we can just trade. Let's see if he is bluffing, which I think is not because in terms of power level, Wojek is a lot better than this guy. So if we block right now and we find a creature to block this again later, we might be in the better position because he's down to 4 cards already. And blocking here would take away another card from him. And hopefully we can just draw something to help us out. Let's say Martial Glory. Okay, Sweet Justice. Should be fine. Dramatic Rescue. That's not too bad. So let's just see here if he happens to play some sort of a weird thing like Madcap Skills or something. White of Precinct 6. This can be a concern later. Okay, let's see here. Do we want to bounce this guy? If we bounce this guy, then it will delay his battalion trigger, right? But I was kind of worried that we might save this for enchantment based things. But had he had an enchantment there, then it's probably worth doing the dramatic rescue. No, I think I'm just gonna take this. Probably not. I'll just send back the guy. That way it delays him a little, and we can do a nice in the skies end of turn if needed, which is not really needed because we just drew our Call of the Conclave. I feel quite bad to use that, but anyway. So we can start populating later. If the white decides to bluff, then we might just take the damage here because it's only 2 damage anyway. And we like to set up our board wherein our Ice in the Skies would be beneficial for centaurs. There's a Basilicus creature, which is fine. I'm thinking we can go for a main phase Ice in the Skies here. Reason being, he might just have a removal at some point that can work or destroy this center healer of ours. So why don't we, I think we can just attack here. Then do an Ice in the Skies. All right, so he's doing some extorting here. So it only indicates that late game we might not, sorry, late game is not favorable for us. So we need one trick actually, which is really good here that we drew the armors of justice, sorry, arrows of justice, because we can equip this guy, attack. If it decides to double block, then we arrows of justice one of his guys. Just need to be very careful here. Then we can start bashing in with our team. Let's see if he decides to double block. So no blocks there is quite surprising. Not really sure what's in store for us now. Hmm, this is interesting. He might have a removal for this, which has just 2 for 1 us, although I don't really mind. Okay, what's this? It seems to be a spell. Killing Glare, Rakdos Return. That's unfortunate because we're not able to keep our Arrows of Justice there. So it's Rakdos for 2. So he played very well against our trick there. So I think he can use his removal now. Very good. I mean, if I were in his situation, then I'd probably do the same thing. Although unluckily for him, we have an Asur's Charm. So if he decides to double block again, then we're just gonna return the guy. Oh, I shouldn't have attacked with the flying bird there. That's a big mistake on my part. Okay, the big question here is, do we return this Wojek Halberdiers, or is it much worth it to return the Basilica's creature? I think we can just return the Wojek, right? Let's try to return this one, but it's gonna enable extort later, although it's gonna take out our centaur. So it's a trade anyway. I think it's much better if we return the Basilica's creature instead. That way he won't be getting extort triggers there. Hmm. Just have to be very careful here. Hoping he has no removal. Daring Skyjack. So that's a nice draw for him because it nullifies our centaur guy. I think we can just pass the turn here. Mm, oh no, it's a Tajik. Okay, that suddenly complicates things. So we're going up. Suddenly, I feel I'm playing against an aristocrat now. So Tajik definitely complicates things, but we're pretty safe position in terms of life total. So we're just gonna call our Drake. I still think he doesn't have an attack here unless he has a trick because our bird will block the skyjack. The white will be blocked by the centaur, and Tajik would just Tajik will just become Tajik. This is an interesting attack here. What could he have? If it's two removal spell, then we're just we might have a problem there. Let's try to see what he has here. I'm gonna take 7 damage from Tajik now and try to swing in later. That should be fine with me because it's gonna take away another card from his side, and I'm just not sure. It could be a, what do you call this spell? Toil. The give your guys +1/+1 profit. It could be a profit, but it's rather a skin brand goblin on this creature, which is fine. Not really the ideal thing there, but we need to gain some life and place him on a pretty manageable life total. Although we could really use some spells now because Tajik will just keep hitting us quite hard here. Okay, I have a feeling that creature is just gonna attack. Centaur Herald. Mhm. That's not so bad. I'm not gonna go for a attack here because I don't have a trick yet. I wouldn't want to waste. Sunspire Gatekeepers. Okay, Sunspire Griffin. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take our Centaur. Hmm. Not really profitable there because next turn he might just be attacking with everything here. Pretty sad to draw this. I think we just need to attack here now. But given the fact that white is already at 4, then there's no clear attack just as yet. So we're just gonna pass the turn here, sadly. And we need to be mindful of our clock as well. So for a deck like his, we haven't seen much removal actually, just a Swift Justice. Having to play this is a clear indication that he doesn't have much removal or tricks, decent tricks. So it's good that he's just passing turns here. And it's bad that we're trying to to draw not much good effective creatures on our side. So we're just gonna pass turns here. So this instant speed spell, uh, okay, that's fine. Okay, that will give room for his white to start bashing in, which is not a favorable spot for us. It's gonna attack along with Tajik now, so That's not really the position we'd like to be in. Okay, so he's sending in the team. We're gonna take 13 here. I'm not quite sure what we can do here though. Taking 13 is not really in the list. I have a feeling we can just take it and then gain back some 5 life. Then he swings in back for another 13 and it puts us in a very dangerous situation. However, not taking 13 here would mean that he has a creature or a removal to remove our lifelink guy. Yeah, we just need to block here because we cannot afford to not take 13. Sorry, we cannot afford to take 13 there because on the the idea there was to attack back, but on the back swing, we're just gonna take more damage. Hopefully he doesn't have something here and we just need that extra life. Guildgate is not the best draw, so that's not really favorable for us. Okay, I'm gonna attack here for the reason that it will take away. Okay, what's this? Massive raid. All right. So we are potentially gonna take 10 later. So having a Tajik and a Rakdos return, that really hurt us. The Rakdos return was the swinging point there. So it's gonna be very difficult to get out of this situation. I don't think we have a card to do so. Ascendant Lomage just not gonna cut it. On the backswing, he's gonna attack. We're down to 4. We can only block 1, so it's not much use. I'm just gonna hide our Ascendant Lomage here. I don't want him to be seeing this. So we're just gonna concede. And then let's review. So we have Lactose Return and all the others. So Massive Raid, Skin Ground Goblin, Punish the Enemy. So a pretty good removal suite. Okay, things worth considering are Wake the Reflection. Sorry. Wake the Reflection and the Night Watch. Void Wielder, I don't think we can use this much to our benefit because he doesn't run tokens and at the same time he doesn't have much enchantments given that color that he just chose. So I'm just gonna take the Night Watch here and then use some populate. We don't have a counter spell though. Ethereal Armor, we're just probably gonna take out the enchantments because at least he is aware of it already and might bring in some stuffs. So instead of that, we just have this Wake of the Reflection and Hands of Binding. I'm actually trying to consider or a Urban Evolution here. I'm gonna try to consider this Hands of Binding. See if we can bring down some low mage or some evasive creature. This looks fine to me, although we could use our second or our blue mana. So we're just gonna keep this. Then hopefully we can have some populate cards. Cartel. So we might save this for Tajik or any other relevant creatures, but actually this is quite okay. There's our Ascendant Low Mage, but we don't have our blue mana yet. So that could be unfortunate. Hmm. Let's see what he plays here. Sunsfire Griffin. Very wise of him to uh we could probably take this out, but I'm just really worried about Tajik. So what we can do here is take out the cartel and let's see if he trades it with his Sunsfire Griffin. Because yeah, and by the way, we need to be mindful of our cast. So let's see if he decides to exchange, which in my position I wouldn't because Sunspire is already flying. And this one will require creature sacrifice in order to activate its ability. Okay, so still no blue mana, but we can do a end of turn worm, and hopefully we get a populate card. Okay, there's our hero, and we will bring in our trample guy. And there's our populate card. Okay, we're gonna attack here. Is there something he can do? I don't think so. He's blocking? This is this is really awkward. Ah, it's indestructible. Okay, so indestructibility there. I forgot. So I that's a good thing we killed the cartel because I forgot this guy is indestructible. Okay, we could have had bigger problem now. So what are the good draws here? Good draws here would be a blue mana or a ice in the skies, so we can do some more blocking. Uh, let's see what happens here. Could be a removal. Tribute to hunger. I know tribute is from the other block. White of precinct 6. It's just gonna be a 1/1. So I think he's just gonna go for the block there. Rascarab. That should be fine. So let's see if we can attack here. Hopefully he doesn't have smite activated. I think he does, right? So what's this? Okay, it takes out one of our worm, which is sad. But we can follow up with a Rascarab play here. Then pass the turn. So we're hoping to draw our blue mana, really, to be serious. So he can decide if he's gonna attack here, which is somewhat profitable. I didn't know the impact of Tajik until now because he is indestructible. My God, I would have been first picking that because I came across those uh, cards before as well. A Windrake is not really the optimal draw for us here. Although we are still going to attack. Okay, so we take out both of these guys. And then leaves us with, okay, that should be fine. At least we don't have to worry about the white getting larger and larger. So we don't have an attack here. So it looks like he's just gonna use Tajik as his blocker. Ah, this is really bad. We don't have an attack here. It's just gonna nullify our Rascarab. We are really desperate for a island here, which could have made all the difference if we had one. Okay, this tells us that he might have a follow-up removal. There's a Martial Glory, but I think he used it already. So let's see what play he has here. Rakdos return? Or what is this? Okay, yeah, punish the enemy is okay. Well, that's quite profitable for him, to be honest. And we are only led with a green side watcher. That is not good. We need our blue mana desperately. This is so sad. This is so sad. Uh, okay. We're just gonna block this guy. There's no profit in blocking Tajik anyway. Alright, that's not really relevant now because he will be attacking later. Ah, that is frustrating as hell. But we cannot do anything here. We have our blue cards locked. If we had drawn an island somewhere between fourth turn or fifth turn, then it would have been great. But drawing an island now is not really relevant because we can't do anything. I don't know how to get out of this situation. Uh, yeah, we can't do anything here. Super late island. Good game. Good luck next round. For major spells, stuck. It's me doing the rank thing now. Anyway, okay, let's just see what we can do here. Yeah, let's do a Ascendant Low Mage. Yep, we don't have a play here. We're just gonna block the jig. Then Martial Glory. Hi, how really frustrating it has been. Yep, that's 4 damage. Then another 2 damage here for the yep, that's game for us. Pretty unfortunate we didn't draw our island. Oh my god. Okay, that's about it. We were hoping to win that one, but we eventually lost. So we had a pretty sweet deck. Um, and it's been a really generous draft for me. I don't really mind losing that time. We it would have been better if we at least won one, or at least slug this out without having to get mana screwed. There could be some room for improvement there, because I tried to keep a hand waiting for an island. That being said, I am still happy that we were able to make it this far and we were able to draft a sweet deck. Some tips that we can give there. It's really important during your first pack, which is the Dragon's Maze. It's really important to check signals that early. If you happen to see something open and you need to assess the quality of the cards, if some really high quality card is still there and there's no chance or at least small chances of picking, well, anyway, basically if there's some quality cards that are there being passed to you, try to go to that, or try to consider going to that guild, because it's really hard to start establishing your guild on the latter parts, because latter parts are mostly for curving out or filling up your deck. So try to check for signals. That's a good way to determine if you are gonna go up with a good deck or not. And also be conservative on creating your deck. There are times that, hey, I am able to see a good spell, and hey, this is a cool card, or this is a heavy bomb or something. But in that situation, you need to assess, where is the status of my draft right now? What is the status of my deck? Do I have enough two drafts? Am I curving out good? Or is it or is it better if I just take another two drop and just fill out my curve? Then probably later on, I might just end willing or getting back that particular card that I'm fascinated with. So there are several steps that you need to consider. I think I have said much. I'm not really used to giving good advice because I myself is not a good player. Um, Thank you again for watching and standing by. I've seen some really improvement on the views, and there are some couple of people um, leaving their comments. These I want to assure you that these are really highly appreciated, and I really value the things that you give to me, guys, because um, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't to help out, because I myself is a beginner and I'd like you to pick up from the mistakes I did and also try to learn on the good things as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on our next video. And best of luck to your drafting or standard tournaments. Bye for now.